Ooh-wee. Okay, let's get ready. Just gonna get my cards all shuffled and ready to go. Just finished doing the air signs, so now moving to fire. And then tomorrow I will be doing earth and water. So it's just easier to break it up that way. Otherwise, I just get too exhausted. So let's get ready. Just going to shuffle now. We'll do the pre-shuffle, should I say, and then we'll get into the intro. Already got cards flying out at me. Wonderful. All right. And finally the tarot. Do a couple more shuffles. All right. So, people. Ugh. There we go. So, hello, everybody. It's nice to see you again. Let's get the camera nice and close so you can see me properly. Hi, Frank. How's it going? Nice to see you again. All right. So, I just want to say hi. Welcome to my live stream. Okay. So this is my third ever live stream on this channel. So, yeah, fun times. I just did the air signs full moon reading in the sign of Scorpio. Now I'm moving on to fire signs. Okay. So, this is your reading for this particular period. As you may know, we do have a full moon that's in transit. Well, I'd say tomorrow evening, but it will depend on your time zone, okay? And it's in the full moon. It'll be a full moon in Scorpio, okay? So with that Scorpionic energy, this is the perfect time to be doing shadow work, deep-rooted inner healing, okay? So that's why I wanted to do this live theme, this live stream on this particular theme, right? Because I think this is the perfect time to use the energy that's very transformative, very deep-rooted energy into really manifesting serious changes into our reality, as well as really tapping into the aspects of self that we try and run from, that we try to ignore, okay? It's better to face ourselves head on and to really make an ally of our shadow rather than fighting against it, okay? So this is why I wanted to do this. So just to let you know, I will be pulling a unique spread, one that I haven't done before, using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck, which is perfect for shadow work. And that'll be pulling the main energies that are being shown by the shadow at this time in order to be released and healed. Then I'll be pulling advice from the Moonology Oracle deck, which is obviously perfect for this time, particularly when it comes to working with the lunar cycle. And then I will be pulling from the Wild Unknown Tarot in order to get the key messages as to what your fears are at this time, what is playing out karmically in regards to karmic cycles, and also what your desires are. All right. So let's get into it. So the first sign I'm going to do will be Aries. Okay. So just to let you all know, I'm now pulling for Aries. These are going to be a general reading, of course. It's not going to apply necessarily to each and every one of you. This will be in regards to particularly, you'll get the most benefit out of it if you look at your natal chart for your moon placement, but also taking a look at the link that I provided in the description box in regards to your Lilith placements, okay? So you want to take a look at your asteroid Lilith and your black moon Lilith, okay? And this corresponding zodiac sign. So you'll see how to calculate that in the description box. There's a link, okay? But you can look at this in your sun sign as well if you prefer. You know what resonates for you most at this time. All right, so let's get into it. Aries, what is being shown at this time by the shadow? What is it that needs to be healed and released? Okay, you got I Won't Cry For You, Aries. Wow, okay. So someone pissed you off, huh? So what I'm getting from this is, you know, again, wanting to release. This is actually you wanting to let go of something and kind of surrendering it to the universe, you know, understanding that some things, you know, are seemingly outside your control, okay? You can't, especially when it comes to the actions and the will of others, you know, you can't dictate the actions of another person, what they're going to do, what it is the outcome could potentially be necessarily, okay? Because it will largely depend on those that you're interacting with. So it's coming to understand that sometimes you just have to let go and surrender it to the universe, okay? Because staying caught in the situation, staying stuck, only creates more confusion, more pain, more suffering, okay? And that's not an energy, obviously, you want to stay in, right? So it's coming to that acceptance that sometimes it's better to surrender and release than to stay, you know, where you're currently at, and just experience the pain over and over, because that's what I'm getting from it. Is just like, you know, that the karmic cycle is just causing this pain like non-stop. It's just feeling it again and again and again rather than letting it go. Okay, so we'll have a look at that in a moment when we get to the tarot. So let's have a look at the Moonology deck now in regards to your advice for this, releasing this energy, okay? You cannot make this up. Do you know what you got, Aries? You got, it's a time to release negativity, full moon in Scorpio, right? This is your time, Aries. Like I couldn't have predicted this coming up for you, okay? Full moon in Scorpio. This is exactly the transition we're currently in, okay? So it's saying it's time to release negativity. As I was saying, sometimes it's better to let go than reliving the pain over and over again, making yourself suffer needlessly. It's time to let go. Surrender it to the universe, okay? Express your true will, your highest hopes, and release it, you know, to the will of the universe. And know that your highest good is being taken into account, okay? And for all of those involved, okay? And that the karmic balance will be restored once you are willing to let go, okay? That's basically it. It doesn't get any clearer than that. It's unbelievable. Like I said, I can't believe that came up. That just tells you this is the time. This is the time to let it go. Okay. So let's have a look in regards to the tarot now. So I'll be pulling what your fears are currently at this time, obviously, if this resonates for you. I'll also be pulling your current karmic pattern and cycle that's playing out and being drawn to a close. And I'm also pulling your desires at this time in regards to this, okay? So you'll know your individual circumstance and whether or not these energies apply to you. So in regards to your fears, you have the Empress, okay? So I really associate this energy with Taurus kind of energy as well as Virgo. It's very earth energy. It's very grounded, very much surrounded in nature magic, okay? So I feel like what you may be really concerned about this time is losing what was once nourishing to your soul. That's what I feel like, losing your connection with something that you saw as home. Something that made you feel like you were at home, something that was, like I said, nourishing for your soul, your spirit, as well as possibly sustaining you physically as well. So you might be finding it very hard to release a circumstance or a person based on how it made you feel and how nurturing it was for you, you know, in all aspects. So there may be a specific someone, a divine feminine trait in a person that you are longing, that you're missing, okay, that you're longing for because of how it made you feel, right? It gave you something that you may not have experienced before. And as I said, it doesn't have, like, as I always say, it doesn't mean that it's a woman, okay, just because it's a feminine energy. It's just energy. But there was something or someone that you felt was very nourishing for you. And that's where you're finding it very hard to release. That's why there's so much emotion tied to this individual or this circumstance, right? So in regards to the karmic cycles, then you have the 10 of cups. So water energy, Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. So you could be dealing with a water sign or an earth sign potentially. Either way, I feel like, you know, what you're coming to realize is that some doors need to close in order for others to be opened, right? And that sometimes you can go through pretty much every emotion imaginable, you know, in a karmic cycle with a person, particularly if this person is, you know, if you're tied to each other karmically, which I feel like this is the case here. And especially if this particular lesson is absolutely necessary for your path, right? You're going to be put through the ringer. You're going to go through a whole host of emotions, right? Because it is showing you what is needed to be understood, okay? The need to understand that where you seek home in others, where you seek nurturing and love and abundance through others or through things externally, that needs to be sourced from within, okay? Making yourself a home, essentially. So you're coming to that realization now, and that's why you're understanding the need to purge, to release all these emotions that you've been harboring, and possibly severing some of these connections as well, because it's keeping you both hostage in the situation, right? So you're understanding that it's time to release and let go. And then that's when the karmic cycle will actually come to an end. But you're almost there. You're at the 10, okay? So this is happening. Like I said, in the full moon of Scorpio, this is taking place right now. So very, very powerful, very interesting, okay? So in regards to then the desires, what it is you desire at this time, you have the 10 of Wands. This is your energy, finally, okay? Fire, as well as Sagittarius and Leo. So again, a lot of endings are coming into play here. End of connections, end of cycles, end of old ways of doing things, old ways of seeing things, you know? Feeling differently about the situation, seeing it differently, you know, wanting to make, you know, new connections, wanting to approach things differently. That's where you're coming to the space of understanding where the situation may become toxic if you do not release, okay? So I think while it hurts you and while you're having to summon all the strength that you can find within yourself, you're understanding its necessity. So that's why your tears are dried. She's got blood tears that are dried, and she's got that little blood vial in her hand. So her parting gift. It's like, okay, I'm giving you all that I have left to give from this situation, and now I'm walking away and starting anew, because I don't want to carry this pain with me, okay? I don't want to carry it with me, so I'm releasing it. I'm releasing you. I'm releasing me, okay? It's that energy. So very powerful, Aries. That's going to help you get back on track. That's going to move you into new territory as well. Really releasing you from this emotional baggage that you've been carrying for some time. So I hope this helps you, whoever this resonates for. And, you know, if you did miss it, if you missed any part of this feed will be going up straight afterwards. So you'll be able to check it out. I will timestamp it once it's finished, as well as the air signs video. All right, moving on then. So we've done Aries. We're now going to start Leo's reading, okay? So I'm just getting myself organized here. And as I said, if you missed the intro, I was saying that you can take a look at this reading in regards to your moon placement and also your asteroid Lilith. And I just dropped everything. Your asteroid Lilith and your black moon Lilith. So if you're not sure what those placements are, I have links in the description box where you can quickly go and check that out and calculate those placements for yourself, okay? And like I said, don't worry if you missed any part of this video. It's going to be online, so you can check back any parts that you missed, and you can also rewind. So there's, it's good to know that as well. Okay, I think I've got them all now. All right. So now let's move on to, what are we doing? Leo. I'm just playing. I'm not that forgetful, please. I mean, I can be a bit forgetful, but I'm not that bad. All right. So hi there, Lauren. I hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you. Nice to see you. Okay. So next, let's see. What is going on with Leo? I mean, the cards are flying all over the place at the moment. So you guys are feeling very feisty, I feel. There's a lot of energy there. So we'll see. What is going on with Leo? What is this shadow revealing at this time in order for healing? Ooh. All right. So you got gilded regret. So this is talking about looking at things, thinking and feeling like you should have done something differently, feeling like, if only I'd said that, if only I had done that, why did I give so much of myself? It's that kind of energy. Why did I pour so much into this, that, and the other? Why did I give so much to this person? Why did I care so much? Why didn't I do this? It's kind of like kicking yourself, right? For not doing or doing something. It's that kind of energy. And I feel like, Leo, your pride is very much coming into this. There is a lot of ego coming into this. And, you know me, I'm straight talking. I'll tell you as it is, and I don't say it to be mean. I say it to help you. But your pride is coming into this quite a lot because you were hurt in some way, okay? You were affected by this. It rattled your cage, right? So that's why your ego is kind of like, it's almost like you as the lion is kind of stepping up to the plate and just letting out this roar and being really like present, okay? Because your shadow is basically letting out a roar this time. It feels indignant. It feels disrespected. It feels like you were wronged in some way, okay? So we'll have a look at that as we go through the energies here. But that's the main energy of looking back, like, why did I do that? Or why didn't I do that? And just feeling indignant. That's what I'm getting from it, okay? So in regards to then the advice from the Mother Moon using the Moonology, you have new moon in Aquarius, so air energy, okay? You could be dealing with an Aquarius. There could be Aquarius in your chart. Either way, the card says bring love into the situation. Okay, so new moon in Aries. This is about new beginnings, okay? Having a new approach, looking at things from a new perspective, having a new heart, right, about the situation. Not seeing things in the same way. Old perspectives being kicked out, new ones being brought into awareness. So when it says bring love into the situation, I don't think it's necessarily saying love thy enemy, although that can do a lot of work for you in regards to forgiveness, okay? Forgiveness is a very powerful thing. And it's not about forgiving the person in order to make them feel good. It's about doing it to release yourself from a karmic situation, right? So forgiveness can be a major component in freeing you from that energy in this situation. But I feel like it's kind of expressing love in general, not allowing whatever the situation is or whoever's tied to this situation to prevent you from being able to feel joy again, to express love again, to not sit in this space of bitterness, okay? That's what it's being asked of you, to allow love to flow freely in your life and for it to not become stagnant and trapped, okay, within your heart space, because otherwise that's going to affect you even more on multiple levels. Physically, you're going to feel unwell. You might get chest pains, you might get heartburn, panic attacks, things like that. Spiritually, you're going to take a hit, obviously. Emotionally, you're going to feel very detached and you will feel very low energy. You may even feel slightly depressed, right? So that's why it's really important that you don't allow yourself to fall into that bitterness, right? Because of whatever this situation was or however it played out, okay? So it's just saying, like, stay within your heart space, be open, and let the love flow freely in your life, okay? In all aspects of life. Okay, so let's have a look then. So Leo, What's the tarot got to show? So in regards to the tarot, what I'll be pulling now is, first of all, the energy in regards to what it is that you're afraid of, so your fear. The next card will be in relation to the karmic cycle that is currently playing out and is being drawn to a close. And then finally, it will be in relation to what it is that you desire at this time. Okay. So let's have a look. So the first card you got in regards to your fears is the Father of Cups in reverse. So this is water energy, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Could be dealing with any of those signs. Like I said, also the Aquarius is there. But either way, I feel like this is communicating that you're afraid that whoever is tied to this situation does not essentially give a shit. That they're coming out of this unscathed. You're the one that took the hit. And they're just fine, living their best life, not even concerned, not even giving you a second thought, you know, that kind of energy. If that's not the case, if this is not around surrounding a specific person, you're afraid that you are stepping into this energy, okay? That you're coming to this space of being, you know, emotionally unavailable, essentially. Like you are just not there. It's vacant, right? Like you're like, sorry, no one's home. Come back another day, maybe. You know, it's that kind of energy, right? So only you are going to know how this applies to you. But for some of you, this is definitely the energy that you feel is embodied by whoever is tied to this situation, whoever you felt wronged by, right? Really wronged by. For others of you, you're going to feel like this is kind of, you're afraid that this is the path that you're taking, that you're being brought into this energy of not giving a shit, being very detached, emotionally aloof, unavailable, right? Not available for love, not available for any kind of romance or emotional connection. Doesn't have to be in the romantic sense, just any kind of emotion from anybody, pretty much. So in regards to the karmic cycle, you have the Two of Pentacles in reverse. So this is really looking at just understanding. I mean, bearing in mind, this is earth energy as well. So Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. But this is really looking at things from a different perspective, like I was saying, right? Because currently you've been feeling like things have been just off, right? Completely off, especially in regards to this situation. Like things couldn't be any further from balanced, right? And things became so turbulent that you simply walked away, that it was easier to just try and detach. But even while you was trying to detach, you were emotionally affected, right, by the situation. That you were still, you're still getting pissed off. So that you're still emotionally attached to it, as much as you're trying to detach to it, but you're afraid of detaching too much. You're still emotionally very much engaged by this person or the situation that went down, right? But what's coming to an end is this, you know, this kind of energy of having to go back and revisit it and try and make sense of it and then try and find a way to make it right, okay? Because the best way you can make it right is to just come to a place of acceptance and just forgive and just get on with your life, pretty much, right? So that's how you break the karmic cycle here, by just forgiving and releasing and just focusing on where it is that you're headed rather than what happened in the past, okay? Because otherwise the situation will just continually loop, right? You see how this has got the infinity symbol, okay? It will just always come back around in various different aspects with different people, you know, it will never end. So that's how you release yourself from it. In regards to your desires, you have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, okay? So more earth energy. This is talking about, you know, really wanting to come from a space where you don't have to feel like, I think you kind of feel like a lot of the time you're the one that brings more to the table than others, right? That you're the one that has to take care of things, this, that, and the other. You're the one that has to manifest all these changes. You're the one that has to make things, you know, kind of fit together and work, create some kind of order out of the chaos, try and make sense of things. You know, I feel like you feel like you're having to take on a leadership role a lot of the time, not just a co-collaborator or a partnership, you feel like you're the one that's always having to take the lead, take the reins, right? That's what I'm getting from this. And I think what you want is, for once, you want it to be, more balanced, but to feel like the other person is willing to put the work in. So there is more equal give and take, so that it isn't always you having to make the tough decisions, having to, do what is necessary to create that stability, to create that abundance, that is actually very balanced. And that sometimes actually this person takes the lead, takes the reins, right? I think that's what you want. And it's like, rather than you initiating everything, you want to know that others are self-initiating, that they are assertive, right? That they're dependable, all these kind of things. These are the kind of traits that you're looking for in connections moving forward. So that's what you're really looking to focus upon at this time. And like I said, the best way to do that is to let go, like learn from the past, understand what it is that you've experienced and what you don't want in your connections, and the kind of people that you want to connect with and form your tribe with or your partnership with, right? And use that to, create more solid connections, but don't use that energy from the past, drag it in and use it as a criteria for just pointing out how imperfect people are, right? So you've got to find that balance there. So I hope that helps you anyway, Leo. So now we're going to finally move over to Sagittarius. So just get myself organized again. All right. So I hope that helps you anyway, guys. For those of you who that was for and resonates with. So Sagittarius, let's see. What is it that the shadow is revealing at this time? What is the main energy for the full moon here? Ooh. So you have something very similar. You have downcast pride, okay? That's that prideful energy that I was talking about before. So for you, Sagittarius, I feel like rather than being disappointed and frustrated and feeling like regretful that you didn't do this, that, and the other, this is more like pure outrage, actually. This feels more like you're just kind of, it feels more like outrage, but just, I don't even know how to, I'm trying to find the right word for it. It's outrage, but it's just like resentment, like real resentment. That's what I'm getting from this. I don't always get it from downcast pride. Sometimes I feel like it's more, like an ego just getting a reality check. But in this case, I feel like it's resentment that's coming through. Because of an action that maybe have been taken by someone else, maybe because of just how things kind of came together. We'll look at that, but I'm getting like resentment for whoever Sagittarius I'm picking up on. I'm getting resentment. So I will see. Why are you so resentful, Sagittarius? Let's have a look. It's not unusual for you guys, I have to say. I don't usually pick up on that energy for you guys, but something, got to you, or there's something that you've been harboring deep inside for a long time. So we'll see. But someone is very resentful. Their shadow is like brooding. That's what I'm getting. Like, whereas with Leo just now, it was more like, kind of like, how dare you? Like, what is wrong with you? Is that kind of energy. With you, it's kind of like just staring, brooding in the background. A bit serial killery, not gonna lie, it's a bit serial killery, but I don't think you're gonna kill anyone, so all good. But it's just that, you know what I mean? It's just that brooding energy in the background, just kind of giving like the most stankiest like side eye you've ever seen in your life. It's that kind of energy. So someone or something really pissed you off, Sagittarius. I would say it's more than that you just loathe something or someone. So we'll have a look at what that is, because you definitely need that energy out of your field. Okay, it's not good for you. All right, so interesting, you also got the answers you need are coming. Full moon in Gemini. I can't remember what sign got this, but one of the air signs got this. It might have been even been Aquarius, possibly Libra. I don't remember. It was probably Libra, actually. But either way, You know, full moon in Gemini. Okay, so you could have been dealing with a Gemini. You could have Gemini in your placements somewhere quite prominently. But with full moon in Gemini, I would say this is communicating as an advice card from the universe that you need to be able to and how you feel about it. Okay, you're too close to home to see things clearly. Okay. Great, the internet's playing up again. Anyway, you're too close to home, you know, to really see things objectively. So you may need to take a step back, and you may get some information that will surprise you that you weren't anticipating. Okay, that might shed some more light on the situation or what was going through this person's mindset, whatever the situation was. You know, you know your situation, only you know how this will apply, but I feel like you need to take a deep breath and take a step back and wait for the answers to come in, because there's some information you're currently not aware of. Something needs to come into your awareness, okay? And that may very well change how you see this, right? You may have realized that actually maybe some of that resentment isn't quite founded, okay? So like I said, I don't know your situation. You may be very well within your rights to feel that energy, but I just feel like you don't have all of the information yet. So just be aware of that before you make any hasty decisions. All right. Yeah. Like literally the first thing I saw when I picked up the tarot was the Father of Cups in reverse and the Ace of Swords. Okay. This is what I'm saying. You're not aware of something. The truth is coming. So hang fire. Okay. Before you, start taking heads, essentially. All right, so let's see then what the tarot has to offer. So what about in regards to your fears at this time, firstly? And then your karmic cycle that's currently playing out and will be drawn to a close. And then finally, your desires. All right, wow, whoa, okay. All right, I wasn't expecting that. That's really powerful. So in regards to your fears, you have the World card in reverse, okay? So this is the cycle, okay? This is the ending of something, but you're not there yet. Like I said, there's something you are not aware of. There is hidden information. It's just like High Priestess energy. There's things that you don't know yet, but High Priestess in reverse would be emphasized here. You know, things coming into your awareness, information being brought to you, right? Answers are being brought to you. You don't have them yet. So that's why the cycle isn't closed, right? But it's coming. But first you need to know what this is. And I think what you're afraid of is that this will never end, right? That you'll just be this hamster on the same wheel over, just running and running and running with no direction and no end in sight, right? But that's not the case. It's just that you may have to be a little bit more patient because there is information that hasn't been brought to your attention yet, but it's coming, right? So you just have to exercise a little more patience, okay? The Temperance card is your card, right? So you need to really embody that energy within yourself of being able to draw energy from the ascendant planes, right? And use that as your strength while you cushion yourself and allow yourself the time and space, to just be and wait for that information to come to light so then you can process further and work with it, okay? So it's exercising patience on your part while this comes into your awareness, okay? Because you're going to be getting some kind of direct communication or you're going to be getting a download from, the divine, okay? So in regards to your karmic cycle, you have the Death card in reverse, okay? So this is Scorpio energy, so very much attuned with the current full moon. With this being in reverse, however, I'm saying that, like I said, this situation hasn't come to an end. The current karmic cycle that you're on is not ready to be transformed or released, right? It hasn't ended yet. It's not over because there's still some information that needs to be brought to light. It cannot end until that happens, okay? There has to be some kind of closure, some conclusion, a resolution, okay? And that is coming. It's on the way, but it's not here yet, okay? So what it's really asking you to do is to really go within and to really draw upon your inner strength, that real, unwavering sense of patience and peace that you can find in that little part of yourself, okay? That little part of yourself that you escape to and that you pull your source of energy from, your strength from. That's what you need to tap into at this time, because there is still things that are being worked out and that's being brought together to come into your awareness. So you have this epiphany, so this communication comes in whatever format, okay? Because like I said, there's something significant here that you're currently not aware of. And then in regards to your desires at this time, you have the Wheel of Fortune. You want to see change. You want to see significant changes in your life. You want to see that, certain manifestations are coming to light, that are coming together, that the Wheel of Fortune is literally turning in your favor at this time. That's what you're hoping for. That's what you want more than anything. You're like, I'm not asking, maybe the thing is you're not asking for anything specific. You just want things to change. You just don't want to be in this energy, in this cycle, in this pattern anymore, right? So you're like, look, I'm willing to open up and embrace the change. Like, I'm open to the change. I just need a change of some sort. I don't care how it takes form. I just need a change from this, right? But you need to be careful with that energy, because by expressing it from that kind of place, you can actually invoke more chaos in your life, because it's not directed, it's not clear. You're just looking for changes, okay? So that can easily tap into the realms of chaos magic, okay? So just be aware of that, particularly if you don't really have an understanding of chaos magic. People tend to tap into that all the time on some, subliminal level without realizing it, okay? So just be aware that that can happen, okay? So it's better that you come from a place of being very clear on what it is that you want, communicating that clearly in your own unique way with the universe, with the divine, and expressing from your highest good, from your highest sense of self, from your higher self, what it is that you truly want, what is your true will, not what you feel like you want at the time, but what you truly want, what truly matters to you, okay? Then you can tap into this energy, right, in a more refined way, in a way that's actually going to bring in positive changes and the best overall outcome possible, right? So, yeah, that was it for you, Sagittarius. A lot to think about there for sure. But this was very positive, as much as like this energy started off really harsh, very like resentful and anger, like full of anger. And just kind of like I feel like you're disgusted with something in this situation. You're like, there was someone or something that just disgusted you and you were just like really resentful. But coming to the end of this reading, it feels very light. It feels very at peace. It feels very balanced and warm and very high vibrational, actually. So it's a huge change, right, that's taking place within you at this time. And that is really going to take place when this information comes in. And look, let me just show you here, right, these three cards. Okay. These are cycles, right? Three different cycles that are playing out simultaneously, right? But this is the crowning energy. Answers are coming in. So what needs working out and released and to be understood in the shadow will then be brought in as blessings and abundance in the light, right? So something to be aware of, okay? I hope that helps you in some way, Sagittarius, for those who needed to hear that, all right? So my wonderful fire signs, I hope those readings were useful for you. As I was saying, I was just pulling the main energies. So if you did miss any of those, that's fine. It's going to be uploaded immediately to the channel, so you can always take a look. You can also rewind as well, so you can see what was said in regards to your sign. You can take a look at this in regards to your Black Moon Lilith, your Asteroid Lilith, and also your moon signs. But if you want to look in regards to your sun sign, you can do that also. It's just you would get the most benefit from those particular placements, all right? So I hope this helps you. I'm sending you guys a lot of love. Use this energy for your highest good to really help you transform those lower frequency aspects that are being emitted from the shadow and using it to propel yourself forward into this new timeline. As I was saying before, you know, I will be doing more live streams as well. So I hope you enjoyed this. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments if you found this really insightful and interesting, doing it in this format. And yeah, I'll be doing another reading for you soon. I will continue with the May monthly readings. I kind of got sidetracked a little bit because my external drive stopped working and it's got everything on there. So that's a little bit of a nightmare. But I'm still doing the readings. So the next signs will be going up from tomorrow, and I'll continue and try and get the May ones done as soon as possible. Hopefully within, definitely by the end of this week, they'll all be done for sure. Hopefully within the next 2 or 3 days anyway. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. It was lovely to see you guys on here. Thanks for dropping in. If you do have any placements for the signs I discussed, like your asteroid, Lilith, the black moon Lilith, and the moon signs in the other elements, do check out the other live streams, okay? Because that could be beneficial for you also, because you can also get more than one message from these readings, okay? So yeah, otherwise, sending you lots of love, lots of support. You're always welcome to reach out to me on social media just to say hi, or if you're interested in a personal reading, you can check information out on Facebook, on my Facebook page. But yeah, don't be a stranger. You know, you guys are the best. I love seeing you here. I love getting your support, hearing your, you know, what's going on with you. So yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. But otherwise, have an awesome day. You, like I said, use this energy for your highest good, sending you lots of love, support, you know, through this process. And I will speak to you soon. So take care. Bye.